Okay, it's been quite the day, and so I've tried to keep up with it by some videos, and in the meantime, also tree decorating and all the good stuff that comes with getting set for Christmas. But trying to follow the coaching carousel today, the hirings again of Alex Golish, um, John Summerall, of Ryan Silverfield, a protest apparently that broke out in Arkansas, Michigan State firing their coach today. What a day! What a day! It's where I'll be honest. I'm not a media member anymore. I'm an entertainer, and I love to talk and debate sports and do things like this, but do not consider myself a media member. But it is a fun day to kind of track and do videos like this. And another thing that's happening is the South Carolina football search enters, I guess, day one. Now over 24 hours old for finding the next offensive coordinator. Now I put out a video you can go back and watch on John David Becker, East Carolina offensive coordinator. As I said earlier as I said in the previous video, my expectation is there's going to be 4 interviews, and that from there, Shane Beamer will make a decision. Well, let's talk about candidate number 2. Candidate number 2, who I think is the preferred candidate. I think this is the preferred candidate, Kevin Decker at Old Dominion. Now, Kevin Decker is a young guy. Kevin Decker, this past season at Old Dominion, had a quarterback, Colton Joseph, who threw for 2,600 yards. Colton Joseph for Old Dominion ran for 1,007 yards. So right there alone, that tells you that he does the things that I think South Carolina's going to want, whether it's with Lenore Sellers or maybe Landon Duckworth or a dual threat quarterback down the line. But Kevin Decker obviously runs a system conducive to a quarterback being able to both use his arm and his legs to be successful. So that's number one, what he did this year. 32.2 points per game at Old Dominion, 460 yards per game at Old Dominion. That was this past season. We should note for Old Dominion, and let's get this correct here because this is important. What kind of stiff competition did he face? Well, they faced Indiana. They put up 14 points this year, and then that would be they played Virginia Tech, and they won. They put up 45 points. So take that for what it's worth. In the Indiana game, Colton Joseph threw for 96 and ran for 179. That was the opening game of the season for the Monarchs. So that's what Kevin Decker did this past season. The Monarchs, by the way, 9-3 on the season, 6-2 in the Sun Belt. That included actually a 47-7 victory over one of my new favorite teams, Coastal Carolina, who, by the way, fired their coach, Tim Beck, today. I'm out of breath. What a day. What a day. Kevin Decker, the pros. Obviously, what I just described. He's going to run a system conducive to what I think South Carolina fans want. That doesn't matter, but that does matter to an extent. And Kevin Decker will run an up-tempo, quarterback-friendly system that is more of a college-style system as opposed to the pro-style system that we've heard from regarding Mike Shula, Dow Loggins, some dude named Satterfield. You get the point. This will be more of a college-style, spread them out, zone read type of offense that will be more reliant on quarterbacks making decisions in the pass game because of being able to hand off, or in the zone read game. The downside to Kevin Decker, and I think we have to take this into account. You got to remember, there is an element that it feels like this is a one-year experiment. If Kevin Decker does well, now he's young. I'll mention that Kevin Decker is 37 years of age. He'll be 38 next year, so maybe needs a little more marinating, a little more seasoning before a head coaching job comes calling. But you look at his coaching history, there's no SEC, there's no ACC, there's no Power 4 experience. I read those games against Indiana and Virginia Tech because I thought they were important to know about what he did previously against Power 4 opponents. And that is important because, again, his history, he started at Montana State in 2015 as an offensive analyst. He moved on to Brown as an offensive coordinator and a tight ends coach in 2015 through 2017. He then went to Fordham as a coach, as an offensive coordinator in 2019. And this past year was his first one at Old Dominion. So I do have some reservations about that, given the fact that this feels like a 1-year shot to hold on to Shane Beamer's job. Now, if it fails and he kind of succeeds, obviously there's no reason that the new head coach could not keep him on staff, retain him, obviously. So that's not like it's, a deal breaker. But I do think we have to remember that this is, if an offense coordinator comes in here and we don't know what Lenore Sellers is going to do, boy, that post-game press conference did not give you the feel-goods as to him returning. And I don't think he's going pro. But then again, we'll see what happens through the month of December with Lenore Sellers. But with all that being said, what would any coordinator, what would their offense look like having to work with maybe a first-time quarterback installing a brand new system? And I think for Kevin Decker, that would be really interesting. I think it would be that way for John David Baker as well. So Kevin Decker, there he is, your second candidate that I believe. Now, this is coming from me. Let me be clear. But this is coming from sources. This is coming from people. I'm not in the news of breaking news anymore. I'm not going to come on here and say, hey, breaking news, South Carolina's hired so-and-so. I'm going to let John Whittle and Hale McGranahan and Chris Clark and Wes Mitchell, the professionals, the websites, the true websites, the really good websites, the BigSpur.com and Gamecock Central, and then obviously ESPN and all that, they can break all the information they want. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to have a discussion. I'm here to offer analysis, whether it's good or bad, and I'm here to see what you think. So Kevin Decker, candidate number 2, I believe, in this search to go along with East Carolina offense coordinator John David Baker. We'll do some more tomorrow. Also later tonight, we'll do a full video that we'll post on all the coaching changes. I do not have live video. I did not make it to Oxford today to get live video of Lane Kiffin being picked up by his underoos and tossed out on the street by the Mississippi Brass. What a day that was. And then being booed on the tarmac and everything that's taking place down in Oxford. And now that gets set for Baton Rouge tomorrow. So anyway, we get set for an interesting night. And we'll do another video here in a few hours. You can watch it whenever you can. Hope you're having a great Sunday night and a Merry Christmas. And there is candidate number 2, Kevin Decker, current offense coordinator at Old Dominion.